Hi, this is Garry from Next Actions. In the past couple of sessions, we've talked about accountability and how it can help you to deliver on your projects, your goals and your commitments. We then looked at the importance of accountability agreements. These agreements, they help you to define the outcome, the person accountable, the accountability partner, completion date, review period, expectations, commitments, skills required, measures, rewards or consequences, and various other items. Each of these items helps you and your accountability partner to make the process work. But that's not the end of the story. Another key thing that is needed is to have regular accountability review sessions. These sessions, they're there to help you to stay on track. Now remember from the first video, if you have a regular review, it increases your chance of success from 65% to 95%. Join me to discuss how these reviews can help you to get the results you deserve. You've got your accountability agreement in your hand. You know what you're trying to achieve. You've got a plan for it. Now you're getting ready for your first accountability review. It doesn't matter if you're the person being held accountable or the accountability partner. These reviews are here to help both of you. You both have things that you need to achieve within the meeting. And before we move on, have you got an accountability agreement with someone? If you do, type down below, "I've got an agreement." If you don't have one, then please type, "I need an accountability agreement" into the comments. Why is it important that you have the accountability review session? Well, yes, you know what you're trying to achieve. You've identified the outcome. You've got a plan to achieve it. But you need to make sure that you're sticking to the plan. You need to have a check that you're making progress. Today, it's so easy for us to get distracted. I know it happens to me all the time. There's loads of different demands coming at you. The impact of this, it's very easy to get distracted by other things. Another potential issue, it's easy for you to get too involved in doing what you're doing, and then you end up missing things. You stop seeing the bigger picture. This happens when you're progressing really well. You're focusing down really deep onto one thing and you're working and you're making excellent progress. But the impact, other things that may also need your attention, they're not getting picked up. A very simple example here. You're going to go on holiday. You've spent a lot of time working out what you're going to be doing each day. You've got a detailed itinerary of everything you're going to do. Every single day is mapped out in detail. You've got your flights booked. You've bought advanced tickets for everything. The only problem, you were so busy planning what you're going to be doing that you forgot to book the hotel. I know it's a silly example, but it does demonstrate what can happen if you focus too much on the details and not enough on the big picture. This is where the review session comes in. It gives you the opportunity to step away from the details and to make sure that you're still looking at that bigger picture. What should an accountability review session be like? Ideally, it should be relaxed and it should be focusing on positive things. I often find using a coffee shop to hold these sessions really works well. It takes you out of the formal meeting room and into an area that's, it's more relaxed. Both people should be coming to the session with an open mind. It's a way to exchange ideas and to monitor progress. It's not about blame. It's not about heaping on a load of praise. It's about having an open and frank discussion about where you're going and how you're doing. Now you know where you're going to meet, you need to think about, what are we going to cover? You need to think about the agenda. And the agenda for these, well, they're very variable. It's really down to what are your needs at that particular time. Generally, I find that the following items, these are the key ones to cover, and try and have these in each session. Your current progress. This doesn't need to be a formal report. It's all about looking at your plan and seeing how you're going against it. This allows you to see areas that you've completed quicker than you initially thought. And next time you know to allow a shorter amount of time for it. It's also about looking at areas that took you longer than you thought. And to be honest, I find it often takes people a lot longer to do things than they originally thought. And I don't know why this is so, but it is something that I have consistently seen. A tip I have when coming up with estimates: work out how long it's going to take to do, then double it. You'll be surprised at how often that doubled estimate ends up being the correct amount of time. So now you've looked at your progress, you look at steps to take to come back on the plan. You know where you are, you know where your plan said you should be, so what's different between the two? Are you completing things faster than you originally thought? If so, can you bring forward some of the dates on your plan? Are things taking longer than expected? Use this opportunity to reschedule the plan, reschedule your future work and deliverables. The earlier you can identify schedule changes, the better. This gives you a number of different ways that you can then address it. These may include changing the dates, reducing scope so that you can still deliver on time, bringing in other people to help, or even changing the order that things are done in to make better use of time. Again, the key here, be honest in the review with your schedule. The earlier a schedule problem is detected, the more options are available to fix it. Any issues? Here, you're calling out anything that is stopping you from moving forward. Some people, they may call these blockers or roadblocks. These are things you need to be addressed before you can move forward. And they can include things like lack of resources. It could be a supplier has delivered things late, or delivered the wrong thing, or even worse, they didn't deliver what it was you needed. People issues. Quite often, we need things from other people. This could be information, their time, or their assistance with a specialised area. The problem is, other people are busy as well. A common issue I often see is the lack of access to the correct people. Time issues. You may also have an issue with your own time. Items in here are often related to other things making demands on your time. It could be other people are wanting things from you, or maybe you're being constantly called on to address urgent problems within the business, which again is taking you away from what you're trying to do. Personal issue. We all have these things that come up from time to time. The list of potential issues is large. The key? Be honest. If something is stopping you from moving forward, then you need to call it out, and you need to call it out as early as possible. The earlier an issue is identified, then the sooner steps can be made to address it. Brainstorm solutions to these issues. Once you've identified an issue, then the next step is to work out, well, what you're going to do to get around it. Use this opportunity to explore the issue. Ask questions to dig into the issue. Often what we see as the issue, well, it's just the symptoms. It's important to dig deeper into it so you can get to the root cause. Whenever possible, aim to fix the root cause, not the symptom. Techniques you can use for this investigation, well, we'll cover those in some future posts. Any good things that have happened. After discussing issues, it's nice to have a change of track and look at what went well. Quite often, it's easy to spend all your time looking at negative things, but it's equally important to look at the good as well as the bad. Take some time and reflect on these. Don't just list out the good things. Take a couple of minutes to look at each of them What had you done that made it go so well? How can you then use that in the future to help make yourself successful? Use these lessons to help grow your confidence as well as your skills and your knowledge. What went wrong? It's key to look at what has gone wrong and then also look at what you did to fix it. It's a fact, things will go wrong. If you can't think of anything that's gone wrong, then I've got to be honest, I challenge you now, think again, think deeper. Every day things go wrong and we do little things to fix it. It's likely that it's something really small, something that didn't work exactly as you expected, but you made a change and then it worked. What can you learn from these little changes you made? Are you able to replicate these changes on things in the future to increase the chance of them being successful? All the above, looking at the good things and looking at what went wrong, it can really be summed up as, what lessons have I learned? What will you achieve by the next meeting? Finally, before the session finishes, agree what you're going to have done by the next meeting. This is really important. Always leave the session with some committed actions that will be taken. These could be existing items from your plan, or they could be some new items. Just make sure whatever you agree to is something you can complete and deliver. Don't leave the meeting setting yourself up for failure. Leave it with a bounce in your step and success in your sights. Are you now ready for your accountability review session? What things would you like to discuss? If possible, drop them down into the comments below, share them with us all. If you liked this video, then please hit the like button. Do you know anyone who would benefit from this video? Why not share it with them now? So to summarise, it's important to have regular review sessions of your accountability arrangement. This will take you from a 65% chance of success all the way up to 95%. Some things to include in your accountability session include reviewing progress, identifying steps to come back on plan, issues and brainstorming solutions, looking at good things and what made them good, looking at what went wrong and how it was addressed, and most importantly, what have you learned from this and how can you apply it in the future? And what actions are you going to achieve by the next meeting? If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button to get new videos as I release them. If you need someone to help you stay accountable, then why not drop me a message? One of my services is to act as an accountability partner. By working together, you can get the business results you deserve. Please reach out to me on 0415 591 672. I'm based in Australia, so please use the international dialing code +61 if dialing from another country. You can also email me at garry@nextactions.com.au or visit nextactions.com.au where you'll find a link to book a free short introductory call. Do you have any topics you'd like me to cover? If you do, please drop a comment below and I'll add them to the list of upcoming videos. Don't forget, like the video, subscribe to my channel so you can get the videos as they come out. I'll talk to you again soon.